Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with another reading for you. So this particular one focusing on your divine connection, what you need to know at this time. So whenever you are guided to tune in and watch this, hopefully there's something in the message that makes sense for you and helps you out. This will be focusing on those of you who are in separation, either in no contact or, maybe it's been a while since you've heard from this person. So let's go ahead and get into the messages and see what comes through. Hi there, Aries. Let's get started, guys, and take a look and see what it is that you need to know. So I'll be pulling from my scenarios deck. It's got upright and reversed interpretations, just like tarot. So let's see what comes through. Focusing on current energies for your divine connection. So what's currently happening, and again, this is for those of you who are not together right now in the 3D. All right, first message. Okay, well, this explains so much. So there could have been infidelity and trust issues in the relationship. So obviously only take that part of the message if it makes sense for you. Let's see what else here. Current energies. We also have shadow kisses. So this is reflecting off of somebody who's private. It does indicate no PDA, private couple, no social media, relationship status. I feel, since we are seeing this reference to infidelity, this is something that this person was hiding from you. They didn't want you to know. They could have also met somebody through social media, or they were also either not sharing everything on social media or not sharing everything with you, keeping you out of the loop, all right, because they were keeping something from you, a secret, something hidden, and more than likely it was probably a third party. All right, so let's see what else. Let me grab another here. Current energies. Madam X, look at that, guys. Divine Feminine, bitter ex-partner, not over an ex. So maybe Divine Feminine, you have a masculine coming through here. They are your ex, especially if they cheated on you, if they got involved in a third-party situation, and they're clearly coming through here, perhaps, that they're not over you. So let's find out a little bit more and see where this is going to go, but that is the current energy. So let me pick up off of some tarot to go with that. And let's find out a little bit more. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What do we need to know here? We've got the Ace of Wands, so this could be an indication that this person is just really wanting a second chance. They want to start over. They want another opportunity to be in your life. This is the next card. We've got the Nine of Cups. So this could be a wish that they have. Focusing on that, really wanting to revisit the partnership. And it does seem here again, because we do have the Madam X card coming through, more than likely, Divine Feminine, this is a masculine who's thinking of you, really wanting to reconnect. We do have the Ace of Swords. These cards are really interesting. And then we've got the Two of Swords. So it seems that, and again, we're focusing on those in separation, no contact. So as of right now, we are seeing this stalemate. There's stagnancy, right? It seems to be stuck, but more than likely, it might have something to do with either your masculine's inability to reach out, or maybe they're fearful that you would reject them somehow. But this is coming through that they now get it, past behaviors could have contributed to the cheating and infidelity, of course, especially if that's your storyline. But you might have cut your masculine out for that very thing. And so they needed to lose you in order to see things very clearly. I feel they do now. And they're wondering, it's like, if I were to reach out, if I were to communicate with my feminine. You know, divine feminine, would you even be open to talking to your masculine here? So right now, things seem to be at a stalemate. There's nothing going on between the two of you in the 3D anyway. I feel they think of you often. Divine feminine, here you are coming through with the energy of the Empress. They really do see you as their ideal person now. They didn't see it before, so it's almost like they had to go through this awakening to come to this realization. Let's see what else. Oh, this is no surprise. This next card, we've got the Tower. They created this disastrous outcome to the relationship because of something that they've said, something they've done, and again, the possibility of infidelity in the relationship. And that's ultimately what created the separation. We've got the Six of Swords. So more than likely, divine feminine, if you relate to this, you distanced yourself from your masculine. And maybe at this point, you feel perhaps that you've grown too much from this experience to ever go back to this, but you could still hear from your ex-partner, your masculine, that they want to try again, they want a second chance. So it's up to you. You always have your own free will to choose whether or not you would ever entertain this person coming back. All right, so let's see what else we can find out from your person here. So now I want to take a look and see what they want to say to you. Now that they have gone through their awakening, as I've mentioned, let's take a look and see what truly is in their heart, their thoughts, their mind, what they want to say at this point. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Look at this. I understand now why you're giving me the silent treatment. So you guys are not talking, more than likely. No contact, right? No interaction of any sort. Yeah, they get it now. You know, it's almost like in hindsight, they get it. They didn't get it before. They wanted what they wanted. They went after it, and it's cost them so much. Please come back to me. Yep. Oh, yeah. They want you back. I can't sleep without you next to me. So they definitely miss you, and I feel a lot of their thoughts, you know, really taps into your energy, divine feminine, especially at night, you know, when they're wanting to just get some rest, wanting to turn in for the night, and they can't sleep because their mind is just racing, focusing on you. Let's see what else. Give me one more card. For Aries. Now, take this if it makes sense. It does say you hurt me. So I'm just ultimately getting here for the majority that this person ended up hurting you, you know, and in turn, perhaps you decided to empower yourself and either end the relationship or the fact that maybe you ghosted them. Clearly, you're not interacting with them if you relate to this reading. So that's possibly what's hurting them, the fact that you are not interested in even talking to them or seeing them at this point. So let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot, but those are the words that are coming through. They want you back. You know, they can't sleep. Okay, you could be giving them the silent treatment. Understandably so, considering what we are seeing here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. All right, what else do we need to know here? Look at this, guys. All right, so we've got the Star. For some of you, maybe your masculine could be an Aquarian. So they're holding on to the hope that this is still a possibility to find their way back to you. You know, there's something about their wishes and goals and dreams in life. It still has a lot to do with you. You know, the Star, the Nine of Cups, both focusing on wish fulfillment there. Let's see what else. What else for this storyline? So we do have the Knight of Wands, and that could be an indication of this masculine who I feel you had a very strong connection, but also this isn't somebody who really wanted to plant their flag. This is somebody who wanted to explore. And the Knight of Wands can be non-committal, you know? So that could have been an issue right there. Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Four of Cups. So I do feel that this is a masculine who wants to reach out to you, Divine Feminine. And I'm also feeling that maybe enough time has passed that they've changed, they've grown, again, gone through that awakening. They know what it is that they need to do in order to step it up, to come towards you. Ace of Pentacles, obviously, it's a really good card, a solid offer. There's something here that they want to be able to manifest in the 3D with you, but they're also afraid that maybe too much time has passed. You know, is it too late? And I feel this could almost be obsessive from this person, thinking about what life would have been like, what life can be like if you guys were to reconcile. But they truly are fearful that they waited too long, that maybe they have missed the opportunity to come back. The Hierophant. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. They truly want a fresh start here. And I feel their commitment level is definitely on a more solid footing at this point. But they also recognize that, Divine Feminine, look at this, you're coming in with the energy of the Queen of Swords. If they really want to be a part of your life, they really need to come towards you, correct? That's a lesson that they have learned with that Tower card. But my feminines, you know, you're not playing. You've worked too hard to grow. You've worked really hard on yourself. You know what it is that you want as well. And so if this person reaches out to you, you're going to definitely make sure that all of their intentions are pure, that they are here for the right reasons. You're going to be able to sniff them out in 2 seconds if they're being dishonest or if they're just trying to sweet talk you, I feel. But I do see a masculine who wants to be able to work through this. It's not going to be easy, though. Three of Pentacles, yeah, it's about teamwork. And the thing is, Divine Feminine, you know, if you don't want to reconcile with your masculine, if you maybe have moved on, this is a part of your life's history, but not a relationship that you want to continue to focus on, then there cannot be teamwork because you guys are on different pages. So it really depends on where you're at, I feel. Look at this, though. We do have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords both coming through. And that's where the divine connection comes in, divine counterparts, you know. But just because somebody is our divine counterpart, that doesn't necessarily mean that we end up with them. I feel that this is a masculine who's learned a lot of lessons during this time apart, Divine Feminine. And really wanting to be your ideal person here. Really wanting to return, be a better partner for you. We do have the Eight of Cups. So in this instance, for this particular reading, I do feel it's my feminines who decided to end things and walk away from the relationship due to infidelity. That came through pretty early. You know, we can't ignore this message right here. You couldn't trust them. You know, maybe you caught them cheating, Divine Feminine, so that was a problem. And I feel this is a huge regret that this masculine has, knowing that maybe you're the one that got away and they're really wanting to fix things here. Can it be fixed? I feel ultimately for this one, the feminines hold the key whether or not it can move forward and come through as a reconciliation. All right, guys, so that is what I have. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. And of course, I'll link all of these decks down below. Thanks so much. I'll catch you next time.